Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about the criteria used for establishing essentiality. That means we are studying mineral nutrition chapter. So many mineral nutrients are very essential for the growth and development of the plant. Here in the last class we have discussed four objectives of mineral nutrition chapter. The first objective is to identify the essential element, to study the methods to identify the essential element. That is already discussed in the last class, but in this class we are going to discuss about the criteria, study of the criteria used for establishing essentiality. How can we say that one element is essential for the growth and development of the element and another is not required or not essential element? So here the criteria, Arnold and Stout, these are the two scientists, they have formulated or given some criteria. That criteria is used for the establishing essentiality of any elements, already known elements and further discovered elements. Okay, what are those criteria? Arnold and Stout. Arnold and Stout. So they have given three criteria. That is, those 3 points or guidelines are used for the establishing essentiality. The first criteria, the element, whatever the element is the element is required. The element is must required to required for the growth and development. The element must required for the growth and development and also for the reproduction. So if you consider any element that is essential for the plant, that element is required for the growth and development of the plant and also for the reproduction. In the absence of that particular element, the plant should not complete their life cycle and set the seeds. In the absence of that element, plants do not complete their life cycle and set the seeds. The second criteria which has given by Arnold and Stout is the requirement of the element is specific and it must not be replaceable by any other element. So whatever the element which is to be considered as a essential element, the requirement of the element is specific, which is not replaceable by any other element. That is second criteria. The element, the requirement of the element is specific and must not replaceable by other elements. For example, there are some elements whose deficiency can be replaced by adding other elements. So that is not essential element. We cannot consider that element as an essential element. The essential element is the element whose requirement is specific and no element can replace the deficiency of that element. Okay, so that is second requirement. And third criteria which is given by Arnott-Stenstout is the element take part in the metabolism directly. Okay, so whatever the element which is to be considered as an essential element has to take part in the metabolism directly. Okay, which does not has any indirect roles, so it should involve metabolism directly. So these are the criteria which is given by Arnott and Stout, two scientists. So these criteria are used for the establishing the essentiality of the element nowadays also. The first one is the element is must required for the growth and development of the plant and also for the reproduction. In the absence of that particular element, plant do not complete their life cycle and shed the seeds. So in the absence of that element, plant do not produce any seeds. Okay, this is the first criteria. Second criteria, the requirement of the element is must specific and cannot be replaceable by other elements. The third one is the element has to take part in the metabolism directly, which do not have any indirect roles. So these are the three criteria. Okay, now according to this criteria for establishing the essentiality, so far 30 elements have been discovered in plants. So out of these 30 elements, 17 are essential elements. 17 are essential elements. So out of the 30 elements, 17 are essential elements. 17 elements are essential, whose absence leads to all these things. Okay, plant do not complete their reproduction and they do not produce any seeds. Okay, so far we have discussed the resulting. Okay, so here out of the 30 elements, 17 are essential elements. So these essential elements are divided into two categories. First one is macro elements and second one is micro elements. What are macro elements? Macro elements. Macro means they require in large quantity, high quantity. And second category is micro elements. Micro elements. So how can we categorize? How can we divide 17 essential elements into macro and micro? Macro means the elements which are required more than 10 millimolar per kg dry weight of the plant is called macro element. So macro elements are required more than 10 millimolar per kg dry weight of the plant. That is called macro element. So what is micro element? The element is required lesser than 10 millimolar per kg of dry weight of the plant. That is called micro elements. So here macro elements, there are 8 macro elements are there and 9 macro elements are there, 8 micro elements are there. So total 17 essential elements are present. So let's see what are the macro elements. What are the elements included into the macro elements? First one is CHON, CHON, SPP and Ca2 plus Mg2 plus. That means carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen sulfur, potassium, sulfur, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, magnesium. These elements are required more than 10 millimolar. That's why they are included in macro elements category. Understood? Now micro elements. So what are the elements comes under micro elements? Boron, chlorine, iron, manganese, nickel, cobalt, molybdenum, zinc. Boron, chlorine, iron, manganese, nickel, cobalt, molybdenum, zinc. So all these are required less than 10 millimolar per kg dry weight of the plant. So they are included in the category of micro elements. So these are the macro elements and micro elements. And I told you 17 elements are discovered so far in the plants. Out of the 17 elements, out of the 30 elements, 17 are essential. Here the remaining elements, some of the remaining elements are also beneficial to the plant growth and development. So they are called beneficiary elements. Beneficiary element. So what are the beneficiary elements? Beneficiary elements are not essential elements. Okay? Here, for example, sodium is there. Sodium, even though it is not essential element, but it is required for the growth and development of the plant. And sodium modulates or manipulates the membrane permeability. Okay? Like that, silicon, selenium, cobalt. So all these are beneficiary elements. Okay? Thank you.